I love my dad's compassion, his thoughtfulness, his big heart, and I'm so glad that he passed that on to me. Happy Father's Day, Dad.
Well, happy Sunday, happy Father's Day, happy Selfie Day. We have a lot of exciting things going on. I'm your host, Lynn Murphy. In fact, we're Facebook Live for the next couple of hours, so feel free, take a selfie, maybe with some of your favorite J. King pieces, and send them out to us. That way we'll have an opportunity. There's my selfie. See, I'm never good at selfies, but we'd love to hear from you and see you and show off that beautiful J. King jewelry, or just show off that beautiful face. So we have, again, a great 2 hours in store. We're talking about rare finds from around the world, and I'm going to showcase a few of the specials that we have coming up for you this afternoon, starting off with 100% beautiful aquamarine. This has been saved for the final day of Jay's visit, I should say. And what a special it is. It truly is one of the absolute best values we've ever done. Beautiful natural aquamarine. It was originally $139.98. While quantities last, $99.98. We have 3 monthly flex payments for you on top of that, so you can break up your payments over the next 3 months. But what a beautiful, beautiful, one-of-a-kind, really precious, precious, unique collectible stone to add to your rare find collection. So that's a little preview of our aquamarine. And then, drum roll. Okay, here's what's happening. In the last couple of days, in fact, this was the quantity that we were originally able to bring in, was supposed to last throughout the last couple of months. Sold out the first amount in one day. We have the very final quantity. This is really unprecedented, never done before. Genuine, gorgeous, faceted rubies at a smart deal special opportunity buy, $169.98. It's not scheduled to be fully aired for probably another hour or so, but we wanted to give you a preview, because when I say the final few, I'm gonna say fewer than 700 now available. So at a smart deal price, knowing how popular it's been, you may have noticed the matching ring. We have a beautiful matching pendant to go back to that gorgeous ruby, but definitely a first, no doubt about that. And this is gonna be fun, because J. King, we always love it when we start off, or anytime during the show, and we're able to bring to you a 5 and 5, which is 5 fantastic specials, 1 minute each, at the very best values that we ever offered. Let's take a look and get started with our 5 and 5. We're gonna talk about multicolored genuine gemstones. We have the bracelet. We also have the drop earrings, both available at a special sale price. Are we gonna say hi to Jay right now? I'm sorry, Jay. I jumped right into my 5 and 5. And of course, the master of ceremonies, the man that travels the world and brings to us rare, unique finds. J. King is joining us. Hiya, Jay.
You've only got 43 seconds, so you got to get going here.
Yeah, there's really not much to say, because you know, when we do our 5 and 5, they're limited special. They're first time ever at these special prices. Hi to beautiful Angie, who is going to be showcasing all of our rare finds this afternoon. Okay, Jay, just in terms of the gemstones that we're looking here, we have pink morganite, aquamarine, and beautiful new red skin turquoise. That is a multi-wrap bracelet, $59.95. It was originally $98. 3 flex pays available on both. I'm just gonna say this, good luck. 085288 is the item number, and we will keep you updated where the sellouts are coming. In fact, I have fewer than 100 in the earrings and fewer than 100 in the matching gorgeous bracelet. Okay, right. Showstopper, the necklace that Angie is wearing. This is a silver green calcite. Absolutely take your breath away. Was originally HSN price at $108. Today we are featuring it for $65.10. And we'll change those graphics for you in just a moment. Jay, tell us a little bit about silver green calcite, something we don't see very often.
Well, you don't see it at all. That's the whole thing. You know, this is, and you know, this was a brand new mine find. We just released it actually, I believe last month, maybe in February. There, that's a beautiful shot, and it's just is displaying that so nicely. This is, and here again, these 5 and 5s, these are, the prices are just ridiculous. I mean, literally, I call them stupid, crazy, you know, I get in trouble. I can't remember which one I'm not supposed to say, but whatever, I said both. So here's the thing, on this is a very unique, it's a natural green calcite. This comes out of Afghanistan, and funny enough, since, you know, we're not able to get the lapis, you know, that we normally buy, a lot of my sources now are doing this for me, is they're sourcing other materials in Afghanistan. As far as I know, nobody else has this material from this area. And so this is very special, and it's at a crazy, crazy price.
It is. If you're not in the ordering process, it is gone. Congratulations, 682-429. We're gonna move right on over to red chalcedony, and one of our favorites in the color of chalcedony, because it just makes such a statement. The necklace that we're offering, very, very limited. Oh, you're gonna love this, Jay. $77.50 with 5, I wanna double check, but I believe 5 flex pays if I'm not mistaken there. And the matching stud earrings, they're $34.05. They go back beautifully. This is like an ombre of the most beautiful reds and oranges and golden colors. What a treat this is. Again, highly collectible, but very, very limited. So, and Jay, in terms of our new shoppers out there, every piece that we showcase, every design is 100% handcrafted in these rare, unique mine find, in the stones that we're showcasing.
You know, everything you're seeing from us, everything you'll see on the show is made from literally mine direct, from ground up. We do everything. We work all from the rough material. All the silver work is all done in-house. All the designing, everything we do it in-house. We're a very niche business. We go right directly to you here. Again, fabulous material. This is a brand new material that we found this actually last year. We released it in February, and it comes from the Congo. It used to be the Belgian Congo, now it's the Republic of Congo. This material is extremely rare.
It is rare, and it's also flying out the door. What a fun way to get started. That was number 3 in our 5 and 5. We're gonna move on to number 4, and this is gonna be another, wow, quick special, because we're looking at the most beautiful, look at the color of this turquoise necklace and this fabulous gallery collection matching pendant. We offered it here at HSN at $249. It's $129.95. 3 monthly flex payments, over $100 off. Jay, take it away. This is where it all started.
Okay, do you know this is Campito's blue ice turquoise, one of the rarest turquoises that we have. We are at the last of the last. I'll tell you this right now. I could sell the rough material that went into this, the rough material that it took to make this. Right now, I could sell it for way more than what they're selling the whole complete design for. And this, if you look at the beads on this and how they just, but look at the color. This is Campito's blue ice. This is as close to Sleeping Beauty as you're gonna get in turquoises that come from Mexico. In fact, a lot of people in the market are selling some of this material, Sleeping Beauty, because it looks identical to it.
Well, I have fewer than 50. They will go. Congratulations. I wish we had 1,000 of those, Jay, but you know how many times they say that during our 5 and 5.
If you did, I would go broke.
Yeah. This is true.
I'm not making any money here, guys. This isn't a money thing for me. No tennis shoes are getting bought.
Well, let's talk about sodalite and Andean turquoise, beaded in between. Another fantastic. This is going to complete our 5 and 5, but special opportunity buy. It's $72.71. Most of Jay's, just about all of Jay's necklaces also come with that 2 3/4 inch extender in the back, so easy to put on. There's your signature heart, so you know it's an official. It'll be stamped J. King Pius. But what a beautiful combination here, Jay.
You know, what's really crazy on this, and we're having a clearance, we just have very few of these. It's not that they didn't sell well. We released this. This is Andean blue turquoise, high blue, that beautiful clear blue, robin's egg blue color. Look at it on Angie. If you didn't know, if I didn't tell you this was sodalite, what you would think this was lapis. This is a brand new material that came out of Kenya. We're gonna have a surprise for you next month. I'm not gonna say what it is, but I'm just telling you of sodalite. This is probably, I will honestly say in 44 years, this particular sodalite is the best, bar none, that I've ever seen in my life.
Look at that center stone, my goodness.
I've never seen sodalite that was this clear, this consistent.
No doubt about it. Okay, we have a quick update, 652484 for the sodalite and turquoise beaded necklace. I knew that turquoise piece was gonna be gone in a matter of seconds, so it's officially sold out. Congratulations, and thank you so much, and we'll keep you updated on the remainder pieces. So, Rare Finds by Jay King, and we're just getting started. It's Jay's very final day of the visit, and what a visit it's been, but I promise you, we have new finds we're gonna be talking about. We have some customer pick favorites that are very, very limited, which is a great transition into the necklace that I am wearing. It is a triple row amber necklace, completely adjustable, and available today at $239.95. Pardon me for a minute, I'm hearing myself talking my ears, so if I'm a little distracted, that's what it is, a little bit of an echo. We originally offered this at $289.50. So the last time I want to say this has been on air is almost a year ago. It is big, it is bold, and we have 5 flex payments. That is for today only. Where most of Jay King pieces we're thrilled to have available on 3 monthly flex payments, this particular one you can break up at $40 over the next 5 months. But we will be shipping this to you directly in your home or wherever, delivery direct, and you will receive this in the next I would say 5 to 7 working days, sometimes even less than that. And as with every single selection that you make with us here at HSN, whether it's jewelry or beauty or cooking, whatever it is, you always have your 30-day money-back guarantee, which we love. Okay, Mr. King, so almost a year in the making. We've done a few. We certainly don't see amber like we used to, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But it's great to be able to offer a single strand in amber. A triple strand of this premium quality, of the beautiful sizes that we're able to do handcraft here, is really a wonderful, wonderful treat. So I'm so thrilled to see this one back.
Well, you know, this actually was by viewer request. We had so many people that, you know, we've done a lot of big amber in the past, and we've done a lot of single strands. This is the first time ever that we've done multi-strand amber, but only smaller beads, right? We actually had requests for something really large amber pieces. They wanted it minimum of 2 strands. We decided to go with 3. I mean, but this is kind of one of those designs, is go big or go home, okay? Now, I'm telling you, I know this is you would think that this is kind of on the higher end of what we do. It's not the highest end that we sell, but I'm telling you guys, okay, amber in the last 5 years has gone up well over 300% in value. Okay, we can't buy the rough material. Literally, my cost of my rough materials have gone up 300%, and they're not going down. They're just keep going up and up and up. And we go direct right to the Ukraine to get this. If you look at how this is cut, though, okay, if you look at the size of the amber, and on all of these beads, these are all free-form hand cuts. They're not done on like a machine, or there's not a wheel that cuts that particular bead. You can't do it, right? And what it is we get the pieces of the chunks of amber in, they take it, and they take it. You have to really be careful when you work amber. So it's not everybody can cut it. They cut it very, very slow, very, very soft. And when they polish it with leather and what they call ZAM. It's a real fine grit polish. Otherwise, you'll burn the amber. What I love about this, Angie's just got it nestled so beautifully. And here again, you still have that 2 3/4 inch extender chain, so you can wear it a little bit higher. Like Angie's positioned it perfectly, where she wanted to wear a little bit lower, right on the neckline, so that you can, you know, you've still got that big, bold look, but you can position it. That's the main thing. A great thing with amber, and a lot of people that have told me this, and this is why they requested it, they want a big, bold look like this, but maybe they've got, like me, where you've got neck problems, right? And so you don't want anything really heavy, right? So with amber, what's really great, it's naturally light. You get that big, bold look, but you get, you know, it's not really like a weight around your neck. And this material here again, just so for people who don't know with amber, this is really prehistoric. It's fossilized, and it's fossilized tree resins. And this dates back, they carbon date this material anywhere from 30 to 50 million years old, 30 to 50 million years old. So it's not like I went down the street and got it yesterday.
We always said if it could talk, it could share some really special stories, needless to say. And Jay, we have fewer than, I want to say 150 now remaining. And when I saw this on Angie, the gleam, the glow, the richness, the fact that, again, it's one of the biggest and boldest of all amber necklaces. We talk about this when you're here in the studio. There was a day 10 years ago, we used to do, I would say, at least 2 to 3 amber shows every 2 months. We do absolutely no amber shows anymore. So at that point, you don't get it, and you don't see it the way we used to. And when you do, and this was 3 outside appraisals, a necklace of this quality would easily be that of $400. So I just want to reiterate, 5 flex payments. That is, I want to say we have 2 specials each hour that we have 5 flex payments that are dedicated to a special J. King piece. This happens to be the one in this hour, and that goes away at midnight or sell out. Now, speaking of sellouts, we did completely sell out of the sodalite and turquoise necklace, a part of our 5 and 5. So again, we thank you and congratulations there. The amber necklace is now getting extremely limited. We're Facebook Live, by the way, Jay. So many folks are saying hi and happy Father's Day to you. And to all of our dads out there, those very special people in our lives. So we're celebrating all of you. And we're celebrating with J. King. And we're celebrating with some brand new finds. So let's talk about our Dendritic. This is brand new on the day, super limited. Definitely have a feeling, Jay, you may have had a little influence in this design by chance?
Well, I had an influence, as I can tell you a great story about getting the material. This is, I'm not going to take credit. Unless you really like it, Lynn, then I'll say I did it. But no, this is actually one of our other designers, which if I say it's mine, then I'll catch heck later.
Yeah, but I thought because it had a gallery look to it, so I thought maybe it may be, Jay, but I see, yeah, now.
Yes, and I do gallery editions, don't get me wrong. I mean, a lot of my stuff, I mean, that's what it was. It's just that they're very, I mean, so much more the designer. I mean, they even do, I do a lot of the designing as far as in some of the stonework. But this is, they actually build their own silver and everything. When they do these designs, they don't do any drawings. They just actually build the silver, do the design. Beautiful. This is all designed in-house. This is Dendritic sage chalcedony. It's got a great story. It's mined in northern Nevada. And the person who introduced me to this material was a fellow named John. We came from New Mexico. I flew him in my plane, and we flew up to Walla Walla, Washington. I'll never forget this. And at that time, I didn't have, that plane didn't have the radar and everything in it. So I think that I scared the heck out of John that day. It was really bad weather. We flew in, we met this miner, and so I saw it in Washington, and then eventually we went to Nevada and actually filmed the mine deposit. This material was only harvested that one season, as far as I know. You don't see the material out there. This is all natural, and it's dendritic sage, and dendritic means if you look at it, it's got like little trees growing in it. It's got magnesite crystals growing within the material. You would almost think it's some form of amethyst, but it's not. It's actually an agate. Or actually, I'm sorry, I misspoke. Actually, a chalcedony, yes.
It has that almost like translucency to each of the stones here.
It almost looks like amethyst.
It does.
Kind of has that feel to it, yeah.
I don't see the sage as much. I'm seeing more, I mean, I see a little bit of it, but I'm seeing some grays and purples and iridescent blues. It's absolutely beautiful, Jay.
Yeah, and this is, as far as I know, it's the only deposit of its kind in the entire world. I've never seen this anywhere else in the world. It's called a dendritic sage chalcedony. It does come out of northern Nevada. It is it's mined by. It's only been mined that one time. I don't really. When I went to the deposit and saw them, they were just kind of winding down. And actually that material that we bought at that time is the material that you're looking at that's in this that's in this design.
Well, you weren't able to get much, Jay. I know we have just about 30 seconds remaining because they're telling me we have fewer than 100 in the pendant and necklace, and you're getting both. You're receiving the 18-inch necklace with the 2 3/4-inch extender, and the same thing in the drop earrings. Those are $99.98. This is one of those, again, highly, highly collectible. And what we recommend is when you get these home, mark it down and, you know, on your box so that you know and mark the date when you actually purchase it, and mark also the fact that it's from Nevada, from the United States. All of that makes all the difference in the world. So item 085447 is the item number. So we thank you so much for your calls, Eric. Thank you. Okay. Jay, in the beginning of the hour, we have saved something for everybody that I honestly thought they've made a really bad mistake here, because there's no way, and I don't know, I'm gonna ask you, but I do not remember in the almost 5 years that we've been working together and you've been bringing to us rare finds here at HSN, if we've ever offered natural, beautiful aquamarine in a full 18-inch necklace at under $100.
Not really, because really it's not that, probably would not be conducive to actually making a profit. Okay. So, but here's the thing with this material, and this is what makes it so special. And you know, like aquamarine, to tell you the truth, is if you think about, you know, like your jewelry box, right? I always look at, you know, like your jewelry box is kind of like, for a guy, it's like, in my wife's case, it's like I've got tools, right? So I've got all these massive tool cases that have all kinds of different tools, you know, that I use for different things. And you know, in Sheila's case, she has the same thing. She's got a jewelry box, right? And she's got all the tools that she needs in that jewelry box to accessorize, to make things work. And this is really, I always say, you know, you should have a turquoise strand, you should have a coral necklace, you should have something black, you know, black chalcedony, black, you know, diamonds, pearls are always nice. I mean, not everybody can afford diamonds, but you look at something like this. This is genuine aquamarine, okay? Now, this material, to tell you the truth, is not cheap. Here's the natural material. This is what it's cut from, okay? You can see that's actually right from the mine. That's exactly what this necklace is cut from, all this rough. And you know, I've done this this will be 44 years that I've professionally done this. The show's 25 years old. So we've been here, Mine Finds has been at HSN for 25 years. During that time, this, bar none, is the only aquamarine I've ever been able to bring to the market where I could cut big beads like this, I could cut big cabochons, I can do big pieces for you in aqua, and it's natural aqua, it's not treated, it's not enhanced, and be able to give you these incredible, incredible values. Unreal. Before that, the only thing you ever saw, you know, Lynn and I have worked together forever, right? Yeah. I mean, Lynn and I have been together almost from the get-go. And what we used to do, Lynn, if you remember, we would do maybe some chip necklaces, remember aqua chip necklaces, that kind of thing. Well, the reason we did that is because if I would have bought the aqua rough that those chips were cut from, that if I cut a necklace like this, you would have been looking at several $1,000s. So this is something that we were at source with it. They mine it, they literally, if you think about this, and we've got pictures of this deposit, they literally hike, it's about, I would say, it's over 20 miles. I would say it's around 25 miles, that they walk up these mountain trails to get to the deposit. They camp out there for 4 or 5 days at a time. They mine the material. They have to bring all their food. There is water, there's a spring at the area, but they bring up all their food. And then this is actually pictures of the mining area.
How cool
where
is that?
The stope is. Yeah. And when they go in there, they mine that. Now think about this, okay? And I want you to think about it. That's actually the mine, and that's them working the mine. You can see the stope and see how they've terraced that to go up. Well, that's, you know, that's kind of how they're climbing up, but they're down there and they're cobbing material right now. So when they're cobbing, they're getting the best select material that I just showed you, that specimen, and the same material that your necklace is cut out. Now
That's
think about
gorgeous.
this.
Yeah.
Okay, now how do they, they've mined it. How do they get it back? How do they get it back to the village? Well, they walk it. They actually carry it there.
Really?
They don't have or horses or anything. They do it in backpacks, okay? Wow. Well, not even really like backpacks, okay? Like burlap sack type things, you know, that they carry, you know, that they've made. So if you think about this, and I want you to really think about this, if you're gonna go to all that trouble to mine aquamarine, okay, and you have to walk it that far back to the area where you can kind of start your collection point, the first point where you can transport it, right? Unreal. Are you going to take good stuff? Or are you going to take bad stuff? I mean, what are you going to take? Are you going to take the premium material? Or are you going to put something on your back that somebody's going to look at and say, I'm not buying that?
No,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
so you're getting prime selection here, needless to say. And we are, our collectors get it, Jay. At $139, that's an amazing, amazing value for, again, I would say probably maybe, I'm guesstimating 30 plus carats of aquamarine, which is not
30. Oh God.
Okay, much more. I always underestimate.
Yeah, you're underestimating probably by about at least 150 carats.
Okay, I'm way underdog on that.
I don't have this in my head, but I'm just telling you, I know from the size and everything. You're at least you're at least 150, and that's low. That's low. Okay?
I love it. All right, please jot the item number down. That color on Angie, just beautiful. In fact, she's showcasing it with these wonderful caftans. Almost, I know it's going to be a today's special coming up with Colleen, so definitely don't miss out on that, because all this jewelry is matching back beautifully and against your skin tone and your eyes. Oh, what a treat. Okay, so we're going to talk, Jay, this could be the final opportunity. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. This Hubei turquoise necklace has been so crazy popular, and matching earrings. Earrings will also be gone in a matter of moments. Since you brought it, it's brand new for this visit. The necklace, again, is 18 inches. To me, it's like the best of all worlds of all turquoise. I mean, you have sleeping blue in there, you have the golden dragon in there, you have Kingman, you have green, you have, I mean, it's like you hit the jackpot on this necklace. And here's the best thing. HSN price is $144, while quantities last. Featured price, because it was new on the visit, $119.98. The other key, please to focus in on here, 5 flex pays this day only. So that's $24 to get this necklace at home. The earrings are $49.98. That'd be $10 to get the matching earrings back. An amazing story, but I am going to encourage you here to definitely, if you've had your eye on this or you're seeing it for the first time, please don't wait that long, because it's the worst thing. I know this is getting more and more limited. Jay's gonna tell us the story on that. Once you do, Jay, we're gonna go out to the phones, because I know we have a very special caller who's joining who wants to say hello to you. But tell everybody how special an opportunity it is right now to own Hubei, because this is a story you've been warning us about for a while, that we were fortunate to see it back.
Well, you know, I didn't have this material. This material was mined in the late 70s, early 80s. They call it vintage or antique turquoise. Hubei turquoise is in the top 5 collectible turquoises. I consider in the top 5. This is something every collection. Hubei is not only a great story, it's an icon material. And this is the reason that I bring these specimens, okay? I bring my specimens. These specimens aren't collected recently. The specimens that I have, do you see these specimens? And here's one of the necklaces. These specimens right here, those are my specimens from the 70s.
Wow.
I've kept those since the 70s. That's when I got that material. The reason I take those out of my specimen case and bring them is to show you the material that we're using now that this is cut from is the same thing. And these were specimens the high grade. So this material, look, is the high grade material. I got this just by sheer luck. I mean, pure luck. It's the people that I know, the connections I've made, the partnerships that I've had in my lifetime. We were able to buy this 3 years ago. It was a private collection by one of the 5 original owners of the mine. And I got it through a family member. I personally couldn't have done it without my friend, who is actually a family member also, and he was able to put the deal together and for us to get this. That being said, in December of last year, the year before, we did this as a Today special. Not this necklace, but we did a Hubei necklace. It blew out. We sold it out, I think, in 2 airings for the day. It was gone. The material that you're seeing here was the residual material left that we had sorted, that we have kept back for different projects. So this was a project. The big thing is they're coming to an end.
Oh,
okay.
They could sell out right now, Jay. I have fewer than 800 of the necklaces. Sorry, and fewer than that in the matching earrings. So I didn't mean to interrupt you, but yes.
No, I just don't want people to think that, oh, you know, I can wait because eventually he's going to have another Hubei necklace. We'll be able to get Hubei. Because I know it seems like every show or something, we show you something in Hubei. Well, what we're doing is we're cutting, and we had used all that. I'm down literally to the last of the last. Yeah. And to be honest with you, it was a miracle that we were able to get the material. We didn't have any of this material for 10 years. Yeah,
right.
10 years.
Right.
I mean, after we had done this buyback program, where we had gone into the villages, I had a friend of mine for 3 years. What he did is he went up to these small villages in the Hubei area, and he would go to a hotel every 6-8 weeks, and he would stay in these little villages, go to, you know, like a local market area, put out a sign, and he would buy Hubei rough. Because everybody had it, took it home. There were a lot of, a lot of widows, a lot of, people, a lot of old miners that, they had little bits here and there, and he would gather it all up. Wow. This material, I tell you, is like unbelievably rare. You can't go out on the wholesale market and get it. And if you do get it, it's like crazy, crazy, crazy prices.
Oh, of
for
course.
this quality. Yeah, for this, and I'll qualify that, for this quality.
And 5 flex pays again. At 5 flex pays, we had 2 pieces in, I want to say one earlier, the amber, and this piece, and then one in our neck. So I wish we had, you started off with a few thousand. We are truly at the last of the quantity. And Jay, if we can, I said we had a special caller, Marie from Washington, that's been holding on, who is a big fan, loves her J. King jewelry. So Marie, we thank you for holding on, and welcome. You're live on the air with Jay and Lynn.
Hello there. I'm so happy to talk to you, Jay. I've been an amateur beader for over 30 years, but you have provided me with an education about beads. And one of the things you talked about was labradorite, and how master cutters had to cut it in order to show the light. And I've written a poem for you. It's entitled Chasing the Fire. Within the artist's soul, a fire burns, fueling the passion within, traveling afar to create works of art reflecting the light within, always striving for perfection while searching for that rare stone, never giving in to satisfaction. The artist hones his work, ever evolving, chasing the fire with...
I think we lost you right at the end. Oh no. We'll see. Marie, you still there? We missed the last line there. That is amazing. Oh, Marie, please call back, because that's like, first off, it's an amazing poem. I'm on edge. And then we lost her, Jay, right at the end. So hopefully we can get Marie back up on the air, because we have to hear the end of that. How talented.
That was pretty cool. That's pretty amazing.
Chasing the fire. You know all about that, Jay.
That's the problem with Skype and a few things right now, the technical issues.
Oh, sure. But you know all about chasing the fire. And, you mentioned we started, we were going to be celebrating, it's 25 years, right, in October, Jay?
Yeah, 25 years, believe it or not.
From the beginning, turquoise, we always say, opal, coral, lapis, these have been your signatures. But when you have something rare like this, like you mentioned, from the 70s, we were completely off the air for at least 10 years. You were able to get back, and we call them parcels, like the story you just showed us, of this quality. You even have the specimens there. They're not from now. They're from in the 70s. What a special, special treat this is at the feature price with the 5 flex pays. Again, this is it. I mean, when they're gone, Jay, are we going to be seeing another strand like this graduated?
Well, that's my whole point. I mean, I could design up a storm. I could, you know, I could take requests from here till eternity. But if I don't have the material to work with, I can't design anything that I could cut you and actually come up with. And here's the thing with Hubei, okay? And I will say this. Look, you know, I've been collecting turquoise my entire life. Before I even started the business, my very first piece was turquoise. Turquoise is my signature stone. It's our number one material. Number two would be the opals from around the world. Those are the two materials I specialize in, that I truly specialize in. And I literally travel the world looking for turquoises and different turquoises. And that's, you know, that's kind of what one of my passions is, the different turquoises. And I've met so many, it's really kind of cool in a way, because the show's a way to connect with a lot of people that are like me or like-minded, where so many of our viewers actually are collecting all the turquoises. And I think that's cool. People have shown me their collections. They've actually taken pictures and sent them to me. And it's so weird is that, you know, a lot of those materials are now, you can't even get them.
It's unreal.
And the only ones that you see are in my specimen case if you go to my man cave.
That's it. Last call earrings, Jay.
This will be one of those ones that if you miss out on, if you don't have Hubei in your collection, and you really want something special, you really maybe need to think about this. And like I said, when it's gone, it's gone. It's like rainbow calsilica. It's like I could sit here and name 2,000 things that I don't have.
And that buyer's remorse. We do have Marie back, Jay. So I know we have to take a little break. So before we do, I wanted to get Marie back, because I got to hear the end of the poem. Marie, do we have you there?
You do. Do you want me to start over, or?
Just at the we got all the way down to the very last sentence, Marie.
The artist hones his work, ever evolving, chasing the fire within to create and express that passion. Thank you, Jay King.
Aww.
Oh, that's very sweet of you. I wish we got, you were flowing so well. So, I'm sorry, boy, that's the problem with a lot of the things that we're encountering right now. But that's very sweet of you, and what a beautiful poem.
Really, and she's a beater, Jay, and she said you've taught her so much about the individual stones, and obviously, definitely has a lot of passion for your designs, Marie. We thank you so much for calling.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
Yeah, and I think that it gives, when Marie's like, she's beating and things, anybody who works with their hands, if you really want, I think some of the greatest calls that I take are people that are silversmiths, or that they are lapidaries, or they are, like in Marie's case, where she's, doing beads. When you really understand, when you look at it from a whole different perspective, and you really realize how much goes in to making these designs.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's not like you just poof, wave your magic wand. Although anybody who knows where you can get a magic wand and do this, I'm up for it. I mean, let me know how much. We'll put it in the budget.
Well, I will tell everybody how many remain on the necklace. Earrings are sold out. We have now about 500 necklaces with hundreds of you in the ordering process. So we'll keep you updated. Such a special treat. Again, Hubei, you're not going to find it. This is just, again, parcels that Jay was fortunate to come by to be able to bring to us quite a few designs. But when they're gone, that's it. They are completely gone. So more rare, unique, special finds from Jay King coming up for you, including the amazing Ruby, which has been like the crazy hit of this entire visit. We still have a handful. We'll tell you more coming up.
We understand every woman's skin is unique. We offer real beauty solutions for individual needs of real women, empowering women to achieve healthy, radiant-looking skin. Backed by over 30 years' experience, made from important ingredients combined with advanced science for affordable skincare that truly works. Change the story of your skin and your life forever. Genuine beauty begins with skin.
Worry about one less thing with our Protection Plus plans at HSN. Electronics, fitness equipment, even jewelry can be covered. Shop smart and protect your purchase. It's easy to add when you're checking out. Search Protection Plus at hsn.com for more details.
There are so many reasons to shop HSN during our Brands You Love weekend. We're bringing our biggest names and brightest stars together just for you. Don't miss all your favorites. Starts Friday at midnight on HSN and hsn.com.
Why we call Jay King our very own Indiana Jones here at HSN. Hope you're having a great Sunday. I'm your host, Lynn Murphy. A lot of fun things going on. It's National Selfie Day. It's a very, very special day for all of our dads and fathers. Happy Father's Day. And the same thing goes, of course, to our very own Jay King. And boy, do we have some specials that we have saved. In fact, we're going to jump right in to colors of coral. And if you want the most powerful, really one of the rarest of the coral necklaces in this size that we offer here in Mine Finds from Jay King, this is an opportunity buy that we absolutely will not repeat. It's originally $129. It's $99.98. We also have the matching earrings. Actually, I've been wearing the button earrings. They're these beautiful red coral earrings, button style, all set in sterling silver, precious metal, all 100% handcrafted. But I'll tell you right off the bat, you'll see them on Angie. I have fewer than 24 pair of those earrings. So Jay King is joining us via Skype, telling us about some of these very special, rare, unique finds. And coral's another one, my friend, that you have brought to us so many special collectible colors in coral, and not an easy process when it comes to obtaining coral and the permits and so forth. Correct, Jay?
You know, coral, actually, when we first started out, you know, coral was one of our staples. You know, we had turquoise, opal, coral. Those were our three that, you know, that we did. I did, if you remember 20 years ago, we did black coral, gold coral, yellow coral, blue coral. Yeah. We did angel skin. We did every kind of coral that you could imagine, even Mediterranean red coral at a couple of times. The thing with coral is coral's protected under the CITES Act, which I'm a total supporter of. It's where, and so, you know, with coral, it's not like you just wake up one morning and decide that you're going to just become a coral vendor, right? You have to be grandfathered in. None of this is new harvest, okay? This isn't new harvest material. Everything is protected by CITES, so you have to have all the right permitting. I have to have all kinds of different, not only legal documents, but licenses to be able to deal in coral and bring it in. The biggest thing with coral, you know, is you just don't have a lot of it. And in this case, what makes this so unique and so special is the fact that the coral was hard enough that we could actually facet it. Yeah, okay.
You rarely see that.
Yeah, there's not a lot of the coral that is hard enough to take a facet. Usually, especially any of the a lot of the coral roughs that we're seeing now, presently a lot of the bamboo corals, we just don't have the hardness. You can make some really kind of cool free forms and things like that, but you can't facet it. It's got a really unique color to it. It has, they're big, they're bold, they're graduated. But the cool thing on this, and I want everybody to know, and these are the little things, the little nuances in our designs that I hope that you look at and you appreciate.
And really
special
special
sale
sale prices.
Do you see how they're all not like perfect?
No,
right?
And that's why, you know, it's, you know, as real as this is not simulated. This is the real deal. Unfortunately, Jay, the earrings sold out. The necklace is just about gone, so they're going to scoot us on. I want to say congratulations to everyone. We do have, looks like 5 flex payments available on the necklace and on the matching earring, 080083. Well, we're going to scoot on to our beautiful, this silver chrysoprase. I'm going to tell you, it's one of the newest chrysoprase personally that I've seen. We have chrysoprase that comes in multiple colors, specifically in green, but this beautiful silver. There's green in here. There's mint. There's like almost like a imperial or like a beautiful jade color. So here's what we're featuring. I've been wearing the bracelet throughout the hour. That is first time at special sale price at $59.98. The necklace An absolute must-have. Again, also at a very special sale price. This is $89.98. And then we have the drop linear earrings that were originally $72. They're $49.98. So we'll check on the flex opportunities and payments on here, but this is 076888 is the item number. So Jay, again, in terms of silver chrysoprase, we had a quick special in our 5 and 5, and it's just about sold out, but it is absolutely beautiful in person. And then when I saw it against the skin, it's like every magical color of green. It's so, so pretty. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, you know, most of the chrysoprase that we used to have actually is material that I bought 25 years ago, believe it or not, and that came out of the Belmont. My very first big project in chrysoprase, and so I had a lot of material, and I worked through it to the point where, I mean, I don't even have any left now. It's in the specimen case, and you know, we might have an item every now and then, like, you know, I'll do a ring or something like that in the last of the material. This is some of the new, they're calling this silver chrysoprase, still comes out of the basically same area. But what I love with this is you get the multitude of different colors of chrysoprase in this. You get in chrysoprase, it's usually greens or shades of greens. This has everything from almost like a light minty, you know, not here it's kind of looking white, but it's really not. It's more of a mint, down to a medium, and then to a dark green, and then some of this material is almost like an emerald green. We didn't really use a lot of that. We tried to keep it with these 3 primary colors.
And if you want the bracelet,
you even see kind of like some of it even looks like almost like a silver or a platinum.
It does.
You see that?
That's what's so fascinating.
That's what we did. It was when we got this material and we got this rough, we sorted it all out, and we wanted to do, you know, kind of something unique, special with it. I wanted to, you know, the biggest problem that you have, just to kind of share you, kind of what some of the things that we run up against, especially when we're designing, is when if you can imagine, we get this rough material in. First thing we do, sort by size. It all runs through screens. We sort it all by size. Then we go in and we sort it by color. And then we take those colors and we sort those by grade. It's a huge process. Takes a long time. Even after you get things mined and get it brought in, it takes a tremendous amount of time and effort and skill even to sort it. And believe it or not, you know, not everybody can sort color. It's really amazing. I've been fortunate that I was blessed with really good eyesight, and I see colors really well. And so for me, something that's simple to sort colors, I found that is not so simple for just anybody and everyone. It actually is very specialized to be able to sort by color. And then grading is a whole nother deal. What I liked with this, though, we were looking at it, we had so many colors. You had at least 4 primary colors in this rough material. So we really didn't have enough of just one color to really do a massive project. So that's when you look at it, you see what Mother Nature gave you. And in this case, we just combined all the colors.
And that's all natural, right, Jay?
Yeah, this is the best way you should. Yeah, this is, look, this was probably a one and done deal.
Okay.
I don't.
There you have it.
Yeah, this was a very small run, very small production. I don't even think they're in business anymore. They went out, they did this. They didn't get enough material to continue. You know, mining is not a cheap thing. Moving dirt is the most expensive thing you'll ever do in your life. Yeah. Really, one of the most expensive things. And so they really, they went out, they mined this one time, and we didn't get it all, but I think that we got all the better quality material.
Well, this is a great opportunity to be able to get a collector's piece like this at this sale price. It is final call for the stretch bracelet. Looks like the earring, actually right across the board here. $89.98 for the necklace is certainly the best price for all of the pieces that we ever offered, and that's 076888. I just want to do a quick little preview, still to come. We kind of kept this as a surprise. We have the necklace that I just put on. It's our colors of apatite. Just wanted to make sure you hang in there with us because it's going to be coming up before the end of this hour. Also, at the very price, best value that we have ever offered. Is that not gorgeous? Oh my goodness, there's indigo, there's turquoise, there's the most beautiful, beautiful imperial greens in there. So anyway, that's still to come, but more treats as we promised you. Let's talk about aquamarine and the beauty here of, again, chrysoprase. That's black chalcedony and aquamarine. We have the necklace, which is, I want to say, 36 inches in length. And then we have the matching drop earrings, and those are available at $34.98. I giggle. These are customer picks on hsn.com. You're looking at costume jewelry prices here. The necklace was originally $129 here at HSN. First time at this special sale offer of $89.98. Again, 3 flex payments available on both. And another wonderful treat. It's one of the longest of the necklaces that we've offered so far. So at 36 inches, you can double this. Again, it's great as just an elongated layering piece if you want to do it, or just as a standalone. But look at all these gorgeous fancy cuts. This is another like unheard of special opportunity by Jay. I mean, to get that look in aquamarine and black chalcedony, it's just... Well, and this is,
yeah, it's a natural aquamarine, but also this is a black chalcedony. They call this midnight chalcedony. So you've, it's one of the very few times that we've combined both of these materials. What I did in the necklace, though, if you see, there's no regular pattern, right? We did all kinds of different shaped beads. It's not like we did a standard rondelle or we did standard rounds. We did all these freeform shapes, and then we put them together. We kind of wanted to, this is really, it's not only a unique and different way to combine these two materials together, but it's also just the whole overall look, the whole overall design concept of this was very, very, very different. Here again, I'm not going to harp on the price. I mean, I look at things different than most people, okay? Because I know what it costs. I know what it costs to build it. I know what it costs for the rough. I know where I had to go to buy the rough. I know how every one of these rough materials, we could sit here and I could tell you stories for 2 hours, bore you to death, but funny things that happened acquiring these materials, okay? Which some of it wasn't so funny at the time, Now it's kind of funny. Later on it's funny, but at the time it really wasn't that funny. But a lot of these areas that we go to acquire these materials are, very, very different. And I always say this, it would be really interesting if these materials, if these gemstones could talk, right? If they could tell you all the places that they went, all the smells that they've smelled, all the languages that they've heard, all the modes of transportation that they have been on, I think it would be a very interesting story. And
what? It's so very true. We often say if they could have little passports, that from the travels when we have mixed stones like this, if they could come along with it. We're running some of the reviews on these favorite pieces at the bottom of the screen. So it was beloved at $129. You're just, I often say, at the right place at the right time. Jay, we're really talking about some costume jewelry pricing between the earrings and the necklace here, and it's not. See, that is the difference. This is handcrafted, precious metal, beautiful, unique, rare finds gems. In this case, also happens to have the fancy cut and the wonderful design to it. So we just showed you doubled up as Angie was showcasing it, and now she's gonna show it to you long. These are those statement pieces. You said it, says everything about you when you open up your jewelry box and you have options and beautiful pieces that are one of a kind that you're not gonna see anywhere else. And that light blue and black combination, it is striking. And really, really a beautiful combination of that cloudy, gorgeous, bluish aquamarine in these. And these are large sizes too, Jay. Final call, final quantity in both the earrings and the necklace. Congratulations to you, 097404 is the item number. Okay, Jay, so I kept this necklace as a little surprise. I know every last one of these are gonna completely sell out, and for good reason. Multicolor apatite. And apatite is also one of those gems that we, kind of place in that exotic, unique, not easy to come by. But when you have multicolors, I've never seen that before, and it is absolutely breathtaking because, again, you faceted each and every one of these, and here's where the big treat is. I wish we had 1,000 of these. We don't. $134.50, unheard of price. $89.98, forget about it. Like I said, I only wish, that's why I didn't even preview this, because I knew it would sell out early in the hour. Multicolor of Apatite. Tell us about this unique special opportunity, because something we don't see very often, even in your rare finds, Jay.
Well, okay, all of this apatite was mined in Madagascar, and it's mined by a good friends of ours who specialize in, well, they do labradorite and they do other materials for us, but they specialize in apatites. Actually Madagascar really kind of started the apatite trend when they discovered neon apatite. About 20 years ago, that hit the market. I don't know if you remember that, Lynn, how hot that was, right?
Oh, goodness, yes.
These are the same people. In fact, there's neon apatite
in here
in the design. So there's actually 4 different types of apatite in here. And this is one of those things where I had little bits left, okay, of all the apatite in different colors and different sizes. And we didn't have there was none of it that we had that was where we had enough size or enough of grade or enough of a color to do a single project. And so we all thought, okay, the only thing we can really think of doing is, you know what, let's make the colors of apatite. Let's do, and these are all from Madagascar. They're not from one mine. There's every one of these, they come from different stopes, and it's not that they just came out of the same mine, okay, the same area even. A lot of them are hundreds of miles from each other. But all this come out of Madagascar, very unique place. And what is so crazy about this, okay, these are totally natural, they're untreated. All we've done is cut them, we've polished them. You're getting the whole gamut of colors. They're natural apatites, so they all blend together very nicely. And I have to tell you, even for when we did this, and we did it at our original cost, you realize how hard we worked to keep it low. And the reason we could keep the price where we do it is because we're dealing mine direct, right? We're going right to the miners. We're not buying from any middlemen. There's nobody in between us. Everything is direct right from the mine, right to us. We do all the designing, we do all the cutting. So we keep it low. I literally could not buy the materials, process them. If I told you just what the sterling silver extender chain cost for this, I think you would probably go, what? Yeah. I mean, this is really just one of those, we're really limited. We don't have enough to really run it for a long time, and that's why they're doing this. They're the ones
than 400, Jay. That's it. They will all go.
Yeah. But there's no way that even if you asked me to bring this back, number one, I wouldn't have the material, and number two, there's no way in heck you can do it for that price.
89.
I mean, even if you had the material,
98.
Even at the old prices and material is available, you couldn't do it at that price.
And the fact that you're talking, like you said, neon apatite, all the most collectible of the beautiful colors of apatite, that really, really gorgeous, almost like royal blue that you see in here. Then that neon is just that. It's like neon, it glows within. Then you have the beautiful greens in there, and then all faceted.
You got teal,
you got gorgeous.
Indigo, you got neon, you got 4 different ones. Yeah.
Okay, and you get it home for $30 with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Best price we've ever offered. We will keep you updated when that is completely sold out, but what a treat. Again, for our collectors out there, please don't miss out on it. It's the only one of its kind of multicolor apatite that we feature. Another amazing hour with that ruby necklace that everyone's talking about, the last of the quantity. That's coming up next. Brand new wavy fashion premiere coming up. Here's more.
My name is Brittany Best. I got a feeling deep in my soul. Founder and creator of Wavy. It's gonna be all right. A fashion-forward, functional fitness apparel brand that's made to inspire movement and confidence and celebrate your unique curves. No matter if you're cruising on the beach, stepping onto your yoga mat, or lacing up your sneakers for a run, Wavy was made for you.
I have journeyed around the globe I've seen the beauty the world has to offer. Now I'm bringing you new fabrics, patterns, and soft silhouettes with spicy details. Exotic, but with a new degree of sophistication. Global Chic is all about fashion freedom. So be free. Iman Global Chic, only on HSN.
Dads are so important in all of our lives. I just want to take a moment and say thank you to all the fathers and a very special Happy Father's Day.